Welcome back. From Meryl Streep's speech at the Golden Globes to the celebrities who spoke out at the Women's March, many Hollywood A-listers are voicing their objections to President Trump loud and clear. Not all celebrities are anti-Trump, though. Actor and President Trump supporter Scott Baio joins me right now to talk more about that. Scott Baio, it's great to have you on the program. Welcome.
Maria, always good to be with you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you were supportive of President Trump when he was president-elect and when he was campaigning. First, before I ask you what went on at the inauguration, give us your sense of why you've been supportive and whether or not you faced backlash in largely left Hollywood.
I don't know if I faced backlash. I haven't really been out there all that much. I'm sure I do in some quarters, but I really don't care. But I always thought for the Republicans to win, or conservatives to win another election, the only way they were going to do it was with somebody who fought back and fought back hard. And as soon as I saw Trump, President Trump, which I'm happy to say, in that first debate, I thought, this is my guy. This guy is no holds barred, and he's going to go after everybody that goes after him. And that's when I figured I'd throw my lot in with him.
Yeah, and that's certainly what he's doing. I mean, this morning we're watching pushback on his ban for visas. But let me ask you this. There's some news reports out there that you were attacked, you were pushed around at the inauguration. Set the record straight for us, Scott. What happened on the inauguration ball night?
The short of it is I was walking with my wife, and I was on the phone talking to somebody there, and we somehow got next to some protesters, and one guy called me a blanking fascist. And I saw his arm start to go like he was going to take a swing at me, and I put my arm out to put it on his arm and stop him. My wife kind of got to him too, and my wife is tough. She got in the way of this guy, and behind me was Charlie Gasparino, who told him to, I can't remember, I don't know exactly what Charlie told him. You could ask him. I think in some sort of New York terms, he told him to take it easy. And we just kept going through. But I think he was going to take a swing at me. And these people are they're a little unhinged.
This is incredible. Now, you filed a police report earlier this week with the Ventura County Police Department in Thousand Oaks against Nancy Mack, right? The wife of Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer Chad Smith of battery. What happened?
That was around Christmas time, Maria. I can't talk about it because they're still investigating. I think the DA has it now. But it was just something that happened at a school event, not on school grounds, but at a school event, and the woman was hysterical. And just a couple of bad things happened in front of my 9-year-old daughter, which is just unconscionable.
And so they see you, they know that you're supportive of Donald Trump, and they just try to act out and actually get physical with you.
They do. I don't know exactly what their problem is, and I'm sort of kind of coming to a thought as what it is. And I think they are in the last throes of a dying party. They don't know what to do. They can't believe that they lost. So they're getting violent. And the tolerant people are the most vicious, violent, intolerant people I've ever seen. So it seems to me like I have a feeling with the amount of seats they've lost across the country in the state, in the Senate, and the presidency, they're almost irrelevant. And I think they feel that.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the group that's calling everybody else bigots.
Yeah, this guy calls me a fascist, and I'm thinking to myself,
you don't even know me.
But not only don't you know me, but I don't want to think like you think. You want me to think like you think. I think like me, and I want you to think like you.
Yeah.
I'm not you. So don't tell, that's fascism to me. Dictatorship, telling people what they should do.
Yeah.
And it's the complete flip and that's the propaganda that they put out there.
Do you think if President Trump has some victories in terms of getting the economy moving again, creating jobs, this mentality will change and they will side with him, or are we going to have this pushback for 4 years or 8 years?
I think there's a core group of George Soros-backed people that will always resist. I think as time goes on, and you just had James Hoffa Jr. on, and guys like union guys are starting to get behind Donald Trump, That scares them more than anything. But there'll always be a core group of people that that will resist President Trump because they, Maria, I'm telling you, I know people. They can't stand it. They just can't stand that she lost and he won in a landslide.
It's pretty incredible. Scott Baio, thanks so much for sharing the story, setting the record straight. We love having you. We appreciate it. We'll be watching the developments.
Anytime, Maria. Thank you.
Scott Baio joining us this morning.